Hey everybody, how's it going YouTube? It's your boy Jerry Mouse here with another reading of The Power of Awareness. We're doing chapter 5, The Truth That Sets You Free. In today's video, again, repetition is key, but we've learned about the I am, we've learned about consciousness, we've learned about the power of assumptions and desire. And now we're going to talk about the truth that sets us free. And this truth that sets us free is the fact that everything that has us bound in fear and lack and worry and frustration are all the results of the assumptions of things that we've held on to. And if you want to be free of any of these prisons that you may have made of yourself, you have the freedom to choose a new state. And so as we get into this chapter, again, what I want you to do is listen and hear from the state of mind of the person who's already the man or the woman that you want to be. In fact, listen as though this is a reminder to you of exactly what it is that you have done already to free yourselves from previous states, whether you knew it or not. But if you can actually understand this and practice this and put it to the test and see for yourself, you will know how to set yourself free. So let's dive into it. Chapter 5, The Truth That Sets You Free. The drama of life is a psychological one, in which all the conditions, circumstances, and events of your life are brought to pass by your assumptions. Since your life is determined by your assumptions, you are forced to recognize the fact that you are either a slave to your assumptions or the master. To become the master of your assumptions is the key to undreamed of freedom and happiness. You can attain this mastery by deliberate conscious control of your imagination. You determine your assumption in this way. Form a mental image, a picture of the state desired, of the person you want to be. Concentrate your attention upon the feeling that you are already that person. First, visualize the picture in your consciousness. Then, feel yourself to be in that state as though it actually formed your surrounding world. By your imagination, that which was a mere mental image is changed into a seemingly solid reality. The great secret is a controlled imagination and a well-sustained attention, firmly and repeatedly focused on the object to be accomplished. It can be emphasized too much that by creating an ideal within your mental sphere, by assuming that you already are that ideal, you identify yourself with it and thereby transform yourself into its image, thinking from the ideal instead of thinking of the ideal. Every state is already there as mere possibilities, as long as we think of them, but as overpoweringly real when we think from them. This was called by the ancient teachers subjection to the will of God, or resting in the Lord. And the only true test of resting in the Lord is that all who do rest are inevitably transformed into the image that in which they rest, thinking from the wish fulfilled. You become according to your resigned will. And your resigned will is your concept of yourself and all that you consent to and accept as true. You, assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled and continuing therein, take upon yourself the result of that state. Not assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you are ever free of the results. When you understand the redemptive function of imagination, you hold in your hands the key to the solution of all your problems. Every phase of your life is made by the exercise of your imagination. Determined imagination alone is the means of your progress, of the fulfilling of your dreams. It is the beginning and end of all creating. The great secret is a controlled imagination and a well-sustained attention, firmly and repeatedly focused on the feeling of the wish fulfilled until it fills the mind and crowds all other ideas out of consciousness. What greater gifts could be given you than to be told the truth that will set you free? The truth that sets you free is that you can experience in imagination what you desire to experience in reality. And by maintaining this experience in imagination, your desire will become an actuality. You are limited only by your uncontrolled imagination and lack of attention to the feeling of the wish fulfilled. When the imagination is not controlled and the attention is steadied on the feeling of the wish fulfilled, when the imagination is not controlled and the attention not steadied on the feeling of the wish fulfilled, then no amount of prayer or piety or invocation will produce the desired effect. When you can call up at will whatsoever image you please, when the forms of your imagination are as vivid to you as the forms of nature, you are master of your fate. You must stop spending your thoughts, your time, and your money. Everything in life must be an investment. Visions of beauty and splendor, forms of a long lost race, sounds and faces and voices from the fourth dimension of space, and on through the universe boundless, our thoughts go lightning shod. Some call it imagination, and others call it God. That was chapter 5 of The Power of Awareness, the truth that sets you free. You are free right now. I don't care what the circumstance is in your life. I know from experience that it can feel like you're in a prison, and it can feel like you're stuck and you have to just live with what was given you. Live with whatever circumstances life has seemed to give you, or that God has given you, or that your parents or family members, teachers, students, just the ideas that you've accepted as true, and this is just the way it is, and there's no way out of it. It's just not true. You've accepted that you're a loser. You've accepted that it just won't work for you. You can't find the love of your life. You can't get the money. You can't get the health. All that. They're all assumptions. And you've accepted them as true. And now you're living in that state of consciousness, and it seems like a prison because it doesn't work for you anymore. Well, the truth that sets you free is that if you can have a controlled imagination and you can become aware of your attitudes, you can change your life. You can do it tonight as you fall asleep and decide that no more am I this old version of myself. I'm going to fall asleep with my imagination in the state of consciousness that's ideal for me. And see yourself already free. And that you're free just because you're free. And you didn't have to do anything to earn it other than know that you already are that person. And your only limit is your uncontrolled imagination and your lack of attention on the state of the wish fulfilled. So, yes, you, friend, the one that wants to reunite with their family, the one that wants that dream job, sitting at that desk, leading the people the way they want to lead them. Yes, you, the one who's dealing with arthritis in their foot, and you just want to walk freely. You want to be respected by your family members. You want to not only bless yourself, but bless those that are in your world. We'll start assuming that you already are that person right now. And you don't need any convincing. You don't need any persuasion. You just need to assume, feel that assumption, feel that feeling, and know that it's already done. And there's nothing you need to do to make it happen. Even though it seems like there's so much that you need to do, that's just not true. You already are the person. The very fact that you have the desire implies that you already are that person. You just need to accept it. Just like you've accepted every other assumption that you've ever run into in your whole entire life. When you believed your parents when they said that you had to work hard to make money. When you believed the news that said that just because of the color of your skin, you can't have this, that, and the other. Just because somebody said something about you and you believed it and accepted it as true, that's the reason why your life is the way it is. And as soon as you accept something different, you won't until you experience something different. And by experience, I mean experience within. As soon as you assume something different within yourself, the whole world will match that state of consciousness. That's it. That's all. You guys are wonderful. Peace and hair grease.